Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of At the Dinner Table. It's your boy Vincent Wolf, and I'm here with my brethren, my boy, decked out Dennis Jones. What's up, bruh?
Yeah, it was good. How's
Uh,
everything?
everything's great, man. Everything's great. You've been going through your personal stuff, so you haven't been, on for. You was on two last week, last weekend. Was that last weekend?
Yeah, last weekend I was on.
Last weekend. Um, so real quick, we have some couple tragedies that happened uh, in the past 24 hours, I want to say. So, former NFL wide receiver Vincent Jackson found dead in Florida. According to authorities, Jackson was found deceased around 11:30 a.m. on Monday, which is today, President's Day, in his Brandon, Florida hotel room by a housekeeper. There's no signs of trauma. Deputies, no signs of trauma, deputies said. And the medical examiner's office has yet to assess the cause of death. Jackson played 12 seasons in the NFL and was a three-time Pro Bowler, bowler, amassing over 9,000 receiving yards in his career. R.I.P. You know who he is?
I have never heard of the man,
Well,
honestly.
well, I don't watch sports, so I don't know. But
Yeah, I'm not that much of a sports watcher either.
so rest in peace to him. Also, Nicki Minaj's father died in a hit and run last night. Let
Damn.
me read you the story to that. Um, uh, Nicki Minaj's father, Robert Marat, how you pronounce that? Maraj, Mirage, was killed in a hit and run. The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed Mirage was 64, hit by a car that kept going in Manoa, Long Island at 6:15 on Friday night. So past 36 hours Friday night, according to a spokesperson for the Nassau County Police. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead on Saturday. While a rep for Minaj's confirmed her father's death, she has yet to comment on the incident. That's crazy.
Yeah, that really is. That's terrible.
Damn, man. She's just not like it is crazy. Like one person found dead in the hotel room, another person calling the hit and run. Um, Even though I don't wish uh, death on anybody, I do wish this person will fall down some stairs, and that is Mitch McConnell. So if you don't know
Okay.
about Mitch McConnell, this dude,
Yeah, what did you do now?
this dude is on a whole nother level, man. Like a whole nother level. So this dude voted basically to have Trump. He voted for Trump not to get convicted. Then came out and said that Trump was practically the reason why it happened. Like literally right after he voted in the Senate to whether he would be convicted or not, he voted to have him acquitted, to have him not convicted. Right after the voting was done, then he goes, "Oh yeah, he did it."
Well, I mean, at that point in time, why not?
Yo, I
He
just,
already put his vote down to say he didn't do anything.
I'm trying to find
Put his vote down to have him acquitted. So yeah, why not go afterwards and say, yeah, well, I mean, we all know he did it. We just
yeah,
don't
but
want to show that he did it.
it makes me so mad because like he out here playing games with people's lives. But that's what makes me mad the most. Like he literally playing games with people's lives. That's
Unfortunately,
that's
as
the
much
scary
as
part.
As much as politicians will try to make you believe that they care about what's going on, they honestly don't. They honestly don't. Because if they did, you wouldn't have had all these Republicans jumping and saying how much of a travesty it was to try to impeach Trump after he's out of office. I mean, the man did some really fucked up shit. And the
Yes.
last thing that he decided to do for his great send off was to incite a riot.
And this dude is just, and not only him, but like all his supporters. It's like, it's literally like I was telling you off mic earlier. Like they literally they'll see something that he did, know it's wrong, but they'll get rid of the wrong part and literally point out. They'll take a little fragment of it that can be looked at as something good and only see that part and literally like act like the other part didn't happen. Like all the
Yeah.
other stuff never even happened. Like it's out of control. Like it really is out of control. Um,
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the type of world that we live in now.
these motherfuckers.
People are stuck in their delusion.
Also, too, winter storm is causing outages in Texas, prompts advisors across the U.S. So there's a rare winter storm knocking out nearly half the. Wait, hold on. I read that wrong. A rare winter storm knocked out nearly half the wind power generators capacity of the state and pushed temperatures in the southeast Texas down into the teens, according to reports. So, like Texas, they had that big crash over the weekend. Puts dozens of people were injured, 6 people were dead. It was a massive pileup on the interstate, and they're like have like snow and ice. The governor had to come out and say like, "Yo, it's going to get really bad. It's going to be cold. It's really cold all over the country."
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's ironic that right after Trump got off, it just got really cold all over the country. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I don't know. I don't know. Let me bring this mic closer. That sound better? Did
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
sound
You
weird?
good?
Um, maybe it's me. I don't know. I just think it's weird that literally right after that, it just got really cold. So, please, people, if you're out there, be safe. Um, don't drive crazy. I know a lot of them don't have, especially like places that don't get a lot of, well, get damn near no snow or get cold temperatures, like freezing temperatures, so they don't have snow tires and stuff like that. So don't drive fast if you don't have to go out. Please don't
Yeah.
go
Stay
out.
home. Stay
Please
home.
don't go out. Coming from a person who lives in Syracuse, where it pretty much only have 2 seasons, that's summer and winter, stay home because like when it's winter, when it snows outside, people like I was telling people earlier, when it snows, I said this on the show yesterday, when it's clear and there's no clouds in the sky and it's not raining and it's like 80 degrees, cool breeze, people literally drive 15 miles below speed limit. Soon as one snowflake falls, people will drive 20 miles over the speed limit. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what endorphins kick in their brain, but they seem to think that if they drive fast enough, that the snowflakes or the rain or anything won't hit them. Moving on to, so I came across this story. It's really, really weird. It's a weird story. So you're gonna have to bear with me on this one because it is kind of weird. Not weird, but it's I don't know why this is coming up like this, but more than 60 years ago, black teen from Malvern, I don't know what I gotta look at Seattle, it's Toronto, was told to stop dancing with a white girl on a Buffalo TV show, and Toronto exploded. So Clayton Johnson. I fix my glasses all fogging up. Clayton Johnson was decided to join other ninth graders on a field trip down to QEW to Buffalo, New York, the weekend following Victoria Day in 1959. In addition to seeing the sights, the friendly and outgoing 15-year-old Malvin Colgate, 15-year-old Melvin Colgate student, and 45 of his schoolmates were scheduled to appear on the television show Dance Party. Dance Party broadcast live Saturday afternoon from WGRZ's West Side Studios. This is coming from The Star. I saw this on Twitter earlier. So, Dance Party broadcast live Saturday. Where's the. I hate when this stuff does this. You know how, like, when you try to read a story, it won't come up. There'll be like an ad in front of it telling you to.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Here we go. Now I got it. I literally had this story up, and all of a sudden now it's just like, oh no, you're not going to read this story about putting down black people. We had enough of that over the weekend. So here's Dance Party is broadcast live. WRZ West Side Studios back in Toronto. Viewers of the more popular show, including Leonard and Gwen Johnson, Clayton's parents, were glued to their TVs. For some reason, I can't look at the rest of it. It's like not letting me. It's trying to get me to like buy the rest of the damn.
Oh, it's probably behind a paywall.
That is out of control. I'm so mad right now.
Yeah.
I'm mad as hell because I was like reading the story earlier and it let me do it. Now it's like.
Yep, they put it behind a paywall.
That's crazy.
I mean, those paywalls,
I hate paywalls.
They just want you to.
Yo, you know what?
News ain't free anymore.
Let's talk about
News
that.
ain't free anymore.
Let's talk about that. So, like these damn paywalls. So, like first, I was reading the story. I was like,
Wait a second. Hold on. Before you do this, just realize that once you open up this box, when you bring my wife on later, you're gonna have to answer for it. My wife works for the Wall Street Journal.
Okay, but that got nothing to do with the Star right now. We ain't talking about the Star, but still,
I'm just talking about paywalls.
But paywall, listen. I feel like news. I understand you got to make money. I get all that, but it was letting me read this news article, so I could read all the other news articles. But this one news article that I want to read, I can't read because I gotta subscribe to this, and I want to read this news article because it's Black History Month. So it has all these other articles that has nothing to do with black stuff. But the one black one, it's making you pay to read. That's not cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably find it if I look for it. You know what I mean? Like if I like Google and research it, but you get the gist of the story, people. The gist of the story is he ended up dancing with a white girl at this on this TV show in Buffalo. And of course, around this time, this is during segregation. And you cannot dance as a black man in 1957 with a white girl if you're a black man.
No matter how tempting it may have been.
You can't, huh?
I said, no matter how tempting it may have been.
Yes, you can't do that. It was a no-no in those days. And it's not even that long ago. I know people like to think segregation was like 150 years ago. No, it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't. My mama remembers segregation. Yes. My grandmother remembers segregation, and they both alive. I got friends who are in the 60s, and they remember when it was segregation. Matter of fact, one of my good friends, Jerome Mayer, he was a part of the first segregated schools here in Syracuse,
Yeah,
and
actually, my mother-in-law too. She
it's like people keep thinking that it's really mostly white people. They keep thinking it was a big thing, or it was just a long time ago. You should
it's
get
still
over it. No,
within it's still within certain people's lifetime that they've gone through.
so it is really bad that it's still a thing, and it shouldn't
No,
have to be a thing.
no.
Um, so there's another story that happened too over the past couple of days. So Gina Navarro, Carraro, I'm sorry, excuse me, Gina Carano, ex MMA fighter, uh, martial arts action star. She's on, well, was on the show Mandalorian. She's one of my favorite characters on the show. Got fired for her tweets, anti-masker rhetoric. Um, so her tweet, well, it wasn't a tweet. It was what she said on a radio show. I forgot what radio show it was, but she said that Nazis made Jewish people hate themselves first, and it's no different from American politics making people hate themselves over politics or hate each other over politics. And right after she said that, the next day or a couple hours later, she got fired.
Yep.
So I want to explain something to people. Now, she could be an anti-masker. What you want to do with your life is your life. But when it starts endangering my life is when I have an issue. She not endangering my life. She making the show that I watched. I'm cool with that. Her comment about the Nazis and Jews, to be honest, is not that far off from what reality is, and that's the truth. Like it's people don't like to talk about it, but that is the truth. That is really what's going on right now. I mean, if you haven't been paying attention, you just choose not to pay attention or choose to ignore it. But people have literally beaten up and killed people because they don't like Donald Trump.
Facts on that. I
So
mean, look at what we had with people storming the Capitol building,
yes,
because they couldn't take the whole fact of Trump lost the election, and anybody that was in their way or thought otherwise, they were going
lost
to be
their
the
life.
subject of violence.
So Hasbro scrapped her toy that they were going to make for the Star Wars Mandalorian series because of this whole thing. Um, it's kind of messed up. I feel bad for her, you know. Um, Me and Deuce was talking about because they came out like people were campaigning to get Lucy Lawless to play her.
Did you take on
To,
my place?
yeah, I think that's a mistake because not no offense to Lucy Lawless, but I don't think Lucy Lawless could play that role. I think she's far too old. I think she's like what 20 years older than uh, Gina is.
I believe so.
Like 20, 50, like at least 20 years older than Gina is. So she's a different height, different, like she doesn't do the same act. Like she's like Lucy Lawless isn't going to do the same
I
action stuff
mean,
that she's done, especially in her age bracket.
she's 52. She's 52 years old, so it's not like she can't do it.
I'm not saying she can't do it, but at the same time, she's too old, and I don't think that she will fit that character. And I think everybody wants to throw it on as an action character. They want to put Lucy Lawless in it because of Xena. Can you name another Lucy Lawless show other than Xena and Hercules? My point exactly. So I'm
Right.
not saying that she ain't a good actress, but I can't name another show other than going to IMDb and looking at it. But I can't name another show on top of my head that was a hit other than Xena Warrior Princess and her cameos on Hercules. Just saying,
That's just
and
what I'm
even
saying.
and
He's done a lot.
to keep it real with y'all, Kevin Sorbo as well. Other than Hercules, he hasn't had hits after that. He hasn't had any other thing that was major after Hercules. Am I
He
kidding?
was more of a supporting character versus a leading role. That's what it is. She has plenty,
Are you talking about
behind
Lucy
her, but
Lawless?
yeah, Lucy
No,
Lawless.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
she don't. What I'm saying is
No,
what
but that's what I'm saying. That's probably why you can't name something. She was more of a supporting actress than, you know, the lead in a show or movie.
they should get the Australian. I can't remember the name of the show. It's on Amazon Prime. It's on the tip of my tongue. It was a sci-fi show. Amazon Prime bought it. Damn it, I can't remember the name of the show. But there's a woman on there. She's Australian. She's a woman of color who will play that role. Who I think would be great for that role. Actually, I wanted her to be She-Hulk because I think that she would be a phenomenal She-Hulk. I gotta look up her name. She's damn, what the hell's the name of that show now? I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on it. I'm literally actually, you know what? I can find it. The dude from actually I gotta you know what's crazy? I gotta find it through the actors. And I gotta go to New York Undercover because Malik Yoba starred in the show with one of the guys. He started in that sci-fi show. I don't know why this isn't coming up. Is it NY Undercover or New York Undercover?
New York Undercover.
New York Undercover. So he Malik Yoba. How you spell Malik?
Very
Okay,
carefully.
Malik. Yeah. Yoba. That didn't come up. But he started the show with this dude. There you go. I put Malik Yoba, but it didn't come up. He started a sci-fi show where he was like this powerhouse dude. And it was like this weird ass X-Men show on Sci-Fi Channel. And the dude on there is also in this show. They're making a new
Mm,
New York Undercover. Why wasn't I told about this? When did this come out?
that's news to me.
It came out last year.
It
Nah,
did.
this ain't real. That ain't real. That ain't a real thing. It don't even got no episodes or nothing. That ain't real. So the sci-fi. Once I say the name of it, you go be like, oh yeah, I remember that show. It came out like 2010 or something. I'm so bad with name, I can't remember it. This is why
It's a
this.
sci-fi show that had Malik Yoba in it.
Yes, there we go. Alphas. It's called Alphas, right?
Or Alphas.
Yeah. So the other dude in there was David Stray something or another. He played the doctor on there. That was like the Professor X, right? So he's in
Mm-hmm.
the other show that I'm talking about called The Expanse. There we go. I don't know why I can remember the goddamn name. So he's on another show called The Expanse, which is a phenomenal show, by the way. Check it out. And the woman that I'm talking about is named Frankie Adams. Frankie Adams should take Gina Carano's place. Frankie Adams does
New Zealand Samoan actress.
yes. She's from Australia, isn't she? Oh, New Zealand. I thought she
New
was from
Zealand
Australia.
Samoan.
She's amazing. She's amazing.
I know her. I've seen her. I've seen her work.
She should. I think that she should have played. She could have got picked for She-Hulk. I really do. You don't know how to put up a picture. How you put up pictures? I don't even know how to do that. Can you do that on
Uh,
my screen? Can you put up pictures on my screen?
Let me see if I can share. Yeah, actually, yeah, I can share my screen.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
Put a picture up. Producer decked out. I think she should have played uh, her and Cara Dune on The Mandalorian to take her place. I mean, it's gonna be
Hold
weird.
on.
I hate when they do character changes though, in like after like 2 seasons,
Yeah,
because now you gotta act like that person wasn't. That person looked
yep,
like that whole time.
yeah. You gotta allow me to put
How do I do
the
that?
share.
Where I go? How do I allow you to do that?
We are going to the settings. As a matter
Allow
of
to
fact,
here you go. I'll go allow to multi-pen. You should be able to do it.
nope.
I don't know. Well, anyway, this anyway. So they took her thing down. I feel bad for her. Sorry, I had a brain fart. So let's take a break, and then when we come back, we are going to talk about more movie shit. And we are back here at the dinner table, and of course, we're talking about movie news. Mission Impossible 7 and Mission Impossible 8 are no longer filming back to back. Some missions
Oh no.
really nope. This is coming from Slash Films. Some missions are impossible because it looks like plans to shoot the next two Mission Impossible installments back to back have been scrapped. Production on Mission Impossible 7 is almost at an end, and rather than moving right to shooting film Mission Impossible 8, things are going to pause for a bit. Change of plans is chalked. I think it has something to do with COVID because
Yeah,
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise don't play with that shit at all.
no.
He does not play with COVID at all, and I don't blame him. Like not one bit. Um, I do want to talk about. I never watched this show. I always see an ad for it. But I never watch it. Truth Seekers canceled after one season. I kind of saw that coming though. But the Truth Seekers are no more. Amazon has canceled the ghost hunting comedy after one season. News was confirmed by series co-creator and star Nick Frost. I feel like every time they have a show kind of like this, it usually gets canceled because people don't want. Cause they had another show like this with Craig Ferguson,
Yeah, I remember that one.
and it literally got canceled after like 5 episodes. So it's a hard thing to do, man. It's a hard thing to do to get into that market. Have you seen the trailer to Young Rock?
Not yet.
It looks pretty good. You know, I don't know if I'll watch it, but it looks pretty good. It looks more drama. It's probably gonna do. You know what's hard about shows like this?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's not enough content because it's supposed to be a story about their life and growing up, right? So basically,
Right.
he's doing what the other Rock did, Chris Rock. He's literally trying to do exactly what Chris Rock did, which was
Was
make a
Everybody
story
Hates
about his
Chris.
life. Yeah, because Everybody Hates Chris was on for how many seasons? Was it? Check that out for me. I want to say it was on for like 5 or 7 seasons, 5 to 7 seasons. Um, which
It
also
was
skyrocket.
on. It was on from 2005 to 2009.
Five,
So
so
that was
four,
4 seasons.
4 seasons. So this is probably around the same, probably the same run because it's basically him. He's a teenager. I think it'll start off him a teenager, but the trailer looked like he was like the way it looked like he's growing up fast. You know what I mean? Like it was.
Mhm.
So it's probably not. Of course, it's going to be the shows like this have an end, obviously, because you you already know he broke. He got famous. You know what I mean? So like, I think it's going to follow him through junior high school. It's going to talk about him playing football in high school and college.
Mhm.
Him starting wrestling, blah blah blah, and talk about his dad, yada yada yada. So like, um, I hope I wish him the best. I might watch it an episode or two, but I didn't
Yeah.
even follow Everybody Hates Chris religiously.
I didn't either, but now rewatching certain episodes, I just find myself like I'm laughing hard, just like at Chris Rock's commentary
Yeah,
throughout the episodes. To me, that's what made the show. Just Chris Rock's commentary, just those quick witted jokes that just pop out of nowhere. Once something happens,
mm. And his
that's
brother,
what you know.
his brother does comedy too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his brother was in his brother. You've seen his brother before. You didn't realize it was his brother. But his brother was in what's that show called? Real Husband is a Hollywood, and yeah, his brother does stand up comedy as well.
That was actually a funny ass show. I don't know why the hell it got canceled.
I think it got canceled because they just probably ran out of ideas. It was on for 5 seasons. They got him on
Yeah.
Amazon Prime. Well, it's on CBS. It's on CBS Access. Me and my girls watch. Like when I bought CBS Access on Amazon Prime, it was
Mhm.
um, on there, and we started watching it. It's still funny. Like it still holds up well. You
Yeah,
know,
it was. Yeah, it was funny as hell to me.
yeah. Nick Cannon. There's Nick Cannon, Nelly, Wayne Brady was on there. Countless other people too.
Um,
I can't remember everybody, but it's um
um,
the
oh damn, what
the
the hell is his name?
the this dude played
I
Gina.
can't think of his name.
The Martin
Kevin
something.
Hart.
I
Kevin
said
Hart.
Kevin Hart already.
No, you
No,
didn't.
yes I did. I didn't say Kevin
No,
Hart.
you didn't.
Oh,
No, not at all.
obviously it's his show, Kevin Hart. I
Well,
swear
hell,
I thought
honestly,
Kevin Hart. It's like in my head, I was
honestly,
like, yeah, Kevin Hart. I swear I thought I said Kevin
I
Hart.
mean,
But
I mean, yeah, it was Kevin Hart's show, but you would think at certain times it was Nick Cannon's show.
yeah. What's it called too? Boris was on there, him and his wife, and yeah, a whole bunch of cameos. This dude was on there. Tisha Arnold and her husband was on there. I always forget
Ex-husband,
his name. They got divorced.
I believe so.
I think they still together. You sure?
Yeah, I think some shit had went down.
I know they're getting. I know she came out with like a album now. Now she's doing a music album.
Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of the other one.
Oh, is it Tisha Arnold? No, Tisha Arnold's the no. What's her name? Gina. She played Gina. What's
Yeah,
her name?
Gina is Tisha Campbell. That's
Tisha
what I was thinking.
Campbell. Yeah, because they both
Sorry.
start with T, and I
Yeah, yeah. Sorry about
Tisha
that. Sorry about
Campbell.
that.
Yeah, Tisha Campbell is is she got divorced.
Well, I know pretty sure she got divorced. I know that there was her and her husband was going through a whole lot of shit.
Really, I did not know that.
Yeah, they divorced in 2018.
Damn. I just
Oh,
came up.
sorry, 2020. 2020, they divorced. Wayne Martin.
Yeah, Wayne Martin. That's crazy. What goes on there too? This dude, the singer. I always forget his name. Robin Thicke. Robin Thicke was on there for a whole season. And it was cool. It's funny about the character. He used to get mad and then turn into Terry Crews. That was some funny ass shit. He used to get mad and turn to Terry Crews. That was some funny ass shit. Um,
Well, I got a question for you. What do you
yeah.
think about video games that are being adapted into movies?
You mean video games turn it into movies?
Yeah.
You know what's funny about this? Me and my girl had a debate. So me and my girl don't argue. We've been together over a year and we don't have arguments. But we do debate about stuff. And some of the debates we have is about different things. And we talked about movies. So we talked about how Scarlett Johansson playing Major in Ghost in the Shell, and she's talking about how it was, they could have picked, the whole story about it, they could have picked somebody Asian, blah 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 blah. So I told her, I said, if you watch the anime, Major is not Asian in the anime. Did you watch? You ever watch Ghost in the Shell?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Am I lying in what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay, so Major is
A lot of
not.
the characters in the show wasn't Asian.
Listen, brother. You preaching to the choir right now. I know that. And what kills me about a lot of this is that she was saying like, "Oh, the Asian community is mad because they put a white person in it." I understand that, but why would they make a character and a background and a story, but not, but make it so it's a white person in it? But then when they make a movie about it, and they put a white person in there because the story is it's a white person, then they want to get mad. I don't understand it. And what also made me mad too, and I know you talking about, don't worry, I'm gonna get to the video games in a second.
Mm-hmm.
What made me mad was the Full Metal Alchemist movie made me upset.
I still haven't watched it.
I'm not gonna watch it. The reason I'm not gonna watch it, if you watch the Full Metal Alchemist, the series, Full Metal Alchemist takes place in Germany. The characters, Edward, Alphonse, and what's his brother's name?
No, it's Edward
Oh,
Elric.
Elward, yeah, Elward, and
Elric.
yeah, and Alphonse Elward. They're German. They're white, blonde hair, blue eyes people. There are no Japanese blonde hair, blue eyes people. Now, I know there's pictures searching on the internet. If you go search blonde hair, blue eyes, those pictures are fake. There are fake pictures, and you should not put contacts in babies' eyes. Okay, so if you make uh content, a movie, and you doing the story, I feel if you're taking a story that's already been made, and you want to put the character from that story, you should get someone that looks and acts like the story, and they should try out. People should try out for that role. That's how I feel. If they're making the movie and they're like, oh, we want to put this actor because they fit that role, then I'm cool with that. Now, if they make up a movie and they make up like the whole movie Gods of Egypt that takes place in ancient Africa and has 90% white, 95% white people in it, then nah, I'm not cool with that at all. But if you're making a movie like another movie I'm not cool with was Dragon Ball Evolution, which I rarely speak of. That movie was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
It was terrible. Terrible.
It
Like like terrible, like the worst movie. Terrible. Street Fighter, terrible. Street Fighter was terrible. The original Street Fighter movie was was the worst movie ever. The only thing that made that movie like halfway watchable was I always pronounce her name wrong, but she played Chun-Li. I have to like look at her name to say it. She played Chun-Li, and she was on Agents of Shield. I follow her on Instagram too. Her name is
Agents of Shield.
yeah, she's on Agents of Shield too. She's amazing. She also played Mulan. I gotta say her name. Give her respect. I owe her that much. I owe her that much.
We talking about the 2009 Street Fighter? No, that's a Legend of Chun Li. That's not the right one.
Come on, man.
1994.
Meng Ning
Oh
Wen.
yes, Bing Na Wen.
Yes, she is amazing. I have high respect
Yes.
for her.
Yes.
Yes,
indeed.
She played the hell out of Chun-Li, and she will ever be Chun-Li. That new 2000 whatever you just said Chun-Li was not Chun-Li. I don't know what the fuck that was. We ain't talking about her. And and the great I don't know why I'm so bad with names. Guys, bear with me. You know I'm bad with names. Raul Julia.
As Bison.
May rest in peace. Played Bison. Those are the only two reasons why it made that movie watchable. They are. Ken was fat and out of shape. E. Honda wasn't even Japanese. He was Samoan. Borog wasn't even a boxer. He was a cameraman.
Well, you want to talk about E. Honda? Remember, Yokozuna in WWE. He was Samoan, but he played a Japanese.
All right, but we ain't talking about. We're gonna get to WWE later. We ain't talking about that, man. We're talking about.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't go into semantics.
So, where was I? You got Van Damme playing. And why wasn't they outraged about that? I'm so, you know what? I never understood. There was no outrage about that. Why was there no outrage about that? About Jean-Claude Van Damme, a French actor playing an American soldier, Guile. And they made Guile the main character, and he is not the main character of Street Fighter. They literally put him there to sell the movie. Ryu is literally the main character of the movie. People literally went to go watch the movie because Van Damme was in it. That was the only reason people went to go see it, because it's the Van Damme movie. But the movie is not, Ryu is not the main, I mean, Van Damme Guile is not the main character at all in any Street Fighter. Not one. Hell, he's not even in all of them. He's not even in all the Street Fighters. Man. All right, so video games. I'm sorry to go off that tangent, Wolf Nation. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so video games to movies. Okay, so we talked about this before. We talked about homegirl for Resident Evil being the spokesperson for Capcom and rewriting the video game movies and literally whitewashing it. I feel like I said, if they get the actors and actresses that can play the role and they fit the role and they apply for the role, then and they follow the gaming logic and what happens in the game, I'm okay with it. I feel like there should be more adaptations, but it's not, because people want to make up their own shit. Like what kills me about video game and anime adaptations into live action movies is they rewrite shit. The shit is already written. Like it's already written. You literally all you got to do is just Martin Scorsese that shit, or however you pronounce his name. I always pronounce his last name wrong. Scorsese,
Actually, we never had that time.
Scorsese,
Scorsese.
Scorsese. And the reason why I say that, there's the movie The Departed. He didn't write that shit. I don't care what nobody says. You can fact check me on that. He didn't write it. He literally stole that movie because there's a Hong Kong movie called Infernal Affairs, and he took that movie word for word, scene for scene.
Really?
Yes, I watched that movie, Infernal Affairs. I used to own it. Infernal Affairs. Watched it. It was a fantastic movie. 2 years later, The Departed came out. I watched the trailer. I was like, "Oh, this movie looks good." I bought it on DVD when it came out on DVD. I'm watching it, and I'm like, "Yo, I've seen this before." And then I watched Infernal Affairs again, and this is like years ago, and I'm watching. I'm like, "Yo, this is exactly Infernal Affairs. It's literally the exact same movie, the exact same movie. Like I can't even make it up. All he did was change the name and put white actors in it. That's all he did. At least Spike Lee, when he did Old Boy, he fucking kept the title the same. Old Boy's a Japanese movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Japanese. I think Japanese one's a little bit better, but it's still a good movie. Both of them are still a good movie. He kept the fight scene in it. You seen Old Boy?
I have not.
So Old Boy is basically about this dude kidnaps this guy, keeps him in prison in this room for a long time. I think 10 years, 15 years, something like that. And then he releases him into the world. And then he gets all batshit crazy. Like literally in the room, and he only has a TV, and he goes batshit crazy. And some real crazy shit happened. You gotta watch it. Like it's literally the ultimate revenge movie, but it's revenge in the worst possible way. So you gotta check it out. Um,
Mm.
why you asked that question about the video games?
Ah, what do you think of Tom Holland playing Nathan Drake
I don't
in
think you should do
Uncharted?
it.
Really?
Yes, I like Tom Holland. I think he's become a great actor, but they shouldn't make that movie. And if they do, they need to get Nathan. What's his name? Nathan. The dude from Firefly. Nathan. I'm so bad with names, dude. Firefly. Nathan.
The
Fillion.
TV show Firefly?
Yeah, Nathan Fillion. Play Captain Malcolm. Fillion. Yeah, I said it right. Nathan Fillion. He may be too old, but he could still play. He could probably pull off Nathan Drake still.
Well, I mean, think about it. Drake in the game is probably what, late 20s, mid 30s. So
They took too long. That I don't care what nobody says. I never play. All right, so I never played the game. I know of it. I've seen the trailers. If you look at the character Nathan Drake, it looks like Nathan Fillion. Like it looks exactly like him.
it does.
So I don't understand why they wouldn't put him in the movie and why they waited so long to make the movie.
But he's not that old. He was born in 71.
Yeah, but I'll make him 40, 50 years old, right? 50. He'll be 50 this year.
Yeah.
I don't think Tom Holland should do it. Tom Holland too short. Too short. Too. We mean no.
Do you realize how short Tom Cruise is, but yet in movies he's tall as hell?
No, I know Tom Cruise is short.
So him being too short isn't
Yeah,
that's
but
not a
I
problem.
know Tom Cruise is short.
Right. But I'm just saying, as short as he
Yeah,
is,
but Tom Cruise
in
ain't
movies, you
playing.
will never be able to tell
Yeah,
that.
but Tom Cruise ain't playing nobody tall.
But they do make him look tall.
No, they don't. They make him look short.
No.
You think he tall because he on TV, he on the movie, but no, he's short. I can tell he's short. Only person I thought was tall was Regis Philbin until I met him in
Really?
person. Yeah, I thought Regis Philbin was taller than what he was. I knew Regis Philbin was short, but I didn't think he was that short until I met him in person. And I was like, whoa. He was shockingly short. Um, yeah, they should have got Nathan Fillion to do it years ago. Like after one drop, they should have had him did it. They should have had him do it and then do the movie right after, or right after part three at least. After the third one, they should have started doing the movies.
Mhm.
But nope, they wanted to wait. Why they wanted to wait, I don't know. Another thing too, my girl talked about was we talked about British actors getting roles, especially like black British actors getting roles over American British actors. I mean, American actors. um, my whole thing is if they, like I said, if they're trying out for the role, I'm okay with it. But if they're giving them the role, then there's so many variables. Like I feel like if they're trying to sell their movie, like for instance, like we talked about X-Men, right?
Mhm.
So Halle Berry at the time was a bigger actor than Hugh Jackman, right? Would you say
Right.
that? All right.
I would say.
So Halle Berry was a star of X-Men. Halle Berry, Patrick Stewart, and then Ian, I always forget his last name, who played Magneto. And then Hugh
Uh,
Jackman was in it at the end, But Halle Berry was like the main star because she was a superstar. After Hugh Jackman embodied the role of Wolverine, then him and Halle Berry became the stars. But his name was first, obviously. Um, and
well,
then
he was going to be the bigger draw because of the character of Wolverine.
yeah, so sometimes people they put actors in movies because they were trying to sell the movie. Because they put a big name in the movie, they'll sell that movie. And I get it. People want money. And I know that there's actors out there who could probably act better. We don't know. Sometimes you got to make a name for yourself.
Mhm.
Like, for instance, Tom Cruise in The Mummy. The Mummy movie was not amazing. It wasn't amazing. Tom Cruise is a decent action star. Could they put another actor in it? Yeah, they could have put another actor in it.
I
But
don't think
would it have sold? I don't think so.
honestly, I don't think Tom Cruise's acting had anything to do with the movie flopping. I think it was just
No, I'm
it,
not. I'm
it
not
just
saying. I'm
didn't
not
do the
saying that.
concept right.
I'm not saying that.
No. I'm just saying just for this. Like I just don't think that you know they adapted the story correctly. They tried to go and do a whole
Yeah,
new spin on it. And,
but that's not what I'm saying. No, this was the Mummy, the original Mummy concept of the Mummy. Not the Brendan Fraser remake. It's not a Brendan Fraser remake. This was the Mummy from back in the day with so originally the Dark Universal Pictures was supposed to do Mummy, Dracula, uh uh Creature from the Black Lagoon, all that stuff. They're supposed to redo all that. That was the
mm,
premise. So they started with the Mummy and they put Tom Cruise in it. They put Tom Cruise in it to sell the idea of it. To be honest, they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to put him in there. They could have put a B-list actor or C-list actor or a new person in there and sold the movie. Because they sold the movie on the actor instead of selling the movie on the movie. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I feel like Marvel has aced that. Here's why I say that. Marvel has taken a lot of a lot of actors who weren't major league actors or
Mm-hmm.
actors who fell off and made them into major league actors. Ask me how.
I can do that.
Ask me how. Just ask me how.
Oh.
I'm glad you asked me how. So, so Robert Downey Jr., who was his life was falling apart, right? He had the alcohol and drug problem, and out of jail and rehab, etc. His movies weren't too amazing at the time, during that period. But when he played Iron Man was the biggest movie that he's done. He embodied that role. Right before he did that movie, actually, so fun fact, he did that video for Rocket Man, Elton John. Do you remember that video? I forgot the name of the song, but I remember the video. And then he did Chris Evans. Everybody knows Chris Evans. Before Captain America, you know Chris Evans from the damn spoof movie. I know him from the spoof movies. Remember all the spoof movies he did with like 9/11 movie and there was another one that he did. There was a couple of them. You remember those spoof movies he did? Mm-hmm. He had the damn whipped cream on his nipples and shit.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, he did this. And a Fantastic Four movie was in that. Yeah, that was him. Chris Hemsworth was still new. I didn't know what he did. To be honest, I don't know what he did before Thor. I know what he did after Thor. I have no idea what he did before Thor. What's called dude from who played in The Office? Chris. What's his name? He's not Chris. Ain't another Chris who played Star Lord?
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. He was in The Office. Changed that dude to a megastar.
Well, he did a few things though.
Like what?
He
was in The Office.
Oh, hold on. No, he was in a few movies. Matter of fact,
don't look it up. No. I have
to look it up.
Don't look it up.
I need to see which came first, Guardians of the Galaxy or the movie that he did as a soldier. I don't know which one came first.
All right, good. Good.
He did. Let me see. He was 2014. It was actually Parks and Recreation, not The Office.
Okay, it's the same shit. It's the same shit. They're pretty much the same thing. Anyway, while he looks up being wrong, so basically what I'm saying is they could have put a lot of movies don't have to have, like, if there are new concept movies or like a new movie, they don't have to put big actors in it to sell the movie. They only put the big actors in it to sell the movie. Jumanji is another example. When they put The Rock and Kevin Hart in it, they didn't have to do that. They could have put any other actor in it. I'm not trying to say it wasn't a good movie. I'm just saying they could have put other actors in it, but they put those actors in it to sell the role, to sell the movie. I mean, some roles can't go to, like, for instance, they had Scarlett Johansson apparently did a role where she was a transgender. They gave her the role.
She did it?
Yeah. And she tweeted about her that she's an actor. She should be able to play any role. Listen. Yeah. Now, if she played a transgender role and the director and the producers wanted to do it, I never seen the movie. I don't even know what the movie is. If she tried out for the role and got it, that's one thing. But if they gave it to her, that's something completely different. That means they put it in there because they wanted to sell the movie. And that's a new concept. And that goes back to what I was saying. That if it's a new concept, you should, and you put people in because you want to sell your movie, that means you're trying to make money. But if you're making a new concept, you should have people try for the role. That's what I think. That's how I feel.
Yeah. So yeah, the movie was called Zero Dark 30. It was pretty much talking about the hunt for
I know
Osama
what
bin
it is.
Laden.
I know what it
Yeah,
is.
yep. So Chris Pratt was in that, and
Well,
that
that's
came
what
out in 2012.
I don't remember him even being in that.
Yep.
I don't remember him being in that movie, but he didn't become a megastar until uh, Guardians of the Galaxy, which proved my point. Anyway,
I think
so
Jurassic World helped him too.
and what?
Jurassic World,
Yeah, that came out after.
a year later,
It
he
came
was
out
doing both at the same
after.
time.
It came out after
Yeah, but I
Guardians of
don't
the
think Guardians
Galaxy.
of the Galaxy.
Anyway,
I
you
mean,
just making
Guardians of
my
the
point
Galaxy
correct.
helped. Guardians
That's
of
what
the
I'm
Galaxy
saying.
helped,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
Jurassic World is what is.
No, Guardians of the Galaxy help. Guardians of the Galaxy
I
help.
just said Guardians of the Galaxy helped, but I think Jurassic World put him over.
No, Guardians. If it was for Guardians of the Galaxy, he wouldn't have got Jurassic World.
He was doing both at the same time.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, Jurassic World came out a year later. He was doing both movies at the same time.
He wouldn't have got. He wouldn't have got Jurassic World if he didn't get Guardians of the Galaxy. I bet money on that. Same thing with Scarlett Johansson when I got to play Major if she because they even said that. They said after she played Black Widow and all those damn Marvel movies, that's why they picked her to play Major in Ghost in the Shell. But anyway, let's take a break and we're gonna move on to some fun stuff. Some fun stuff. We'll be right back. And we are back here at the dinner table with my boy Decked Out Jones. Do you want to bring out Miss Nisi for this question?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me get her to come on out.
I got this question. I've been trying to get people's opinion on this question. And so far, like I answered like people privately, but when I made it public, no one's really been answering this question. I don't think people care, but I'm putting it on here. The question is, well, in fact, before Nisi get here, uh, so let me ask you a question because you listen to music, right?
Yeah.
Do you think Whitney Houston is the greatest vocalist of all time?
Mm.
Because me and Deuce had this debate yesterday, and he said
Greatest vocalist of all time. I didn't say of
female
all time.
vocalist, female
I say
vocalist.
of all time. I mean, there's plenty of people that is above. Hey, so have a seat.
Well, hello there.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, Wolf Nation. This is Nisi, Mrs. Decked Out. So we're gonna get back to the Whitney Houston debate in a second. So I've been asking people this question for a very long time. Well, maybe like 3 months. Does it matter uh, if your wedding ring or engagement ring was either made in a lab or made from mining in the hills of Africa?
That's kind of deep right there.
Like, you want a man-made diamond in the lab, or you want a blood diamond? Now, I'm gonna give you some more context. I'm gonna give you some more context to make a decision. So
Yeah.
the resale value of blood diamonds are, of course, you only use, I think, like 25%. The man-made diamonds, have virtually no resale value, but there's only a 0.1 or 0.01 difference between the two.
Right.
You can't tell the difference. Only way you can tell the difference unless you take a microscope, and you need to be like a diamond scientist to look at and actually look at it in a microscope to tell the difference.
For me, I would prefer, not say I would prefer, but I would pick the man-made because I know what the blood diamond, like what that represents. Also, where it comes from in Africa, in those areas where there's a lot of war, people fight over land, mines, people die, innocent people die. I don't want to, knowing that I'm purchasing a diamond from those areas, to kind of feel like I'm contributing to that battle, I'm contributing to that war.
Mm.
And I don't really want to be part of that, especially when it's an area where my people came from, where all people came from that matter. So I will pick a man made.
What about you, D?
I'll probably go for man-made.
That's what I said. But like, it's hard. Like, I feel like even though there is a movement now for people to pick more man-made diamonds because it's made in a lab, and those miners, a lot of them are underpaid, overworked. It's almost like damn near like slavery. Um, just the fact
Well,
that they make, huh?
you gotta think about the miners up here. So think about we hear stories about the miners here in the States
Mm,
and the conditions they have to work in and the hours they have to work in. And that's here in America, and that's coal and oil. So
yeah.
imagine those conditions in Africa, which is not as technologically advanced as we are. So the question is, do you want to contribute to that by purchasing a diamond from that is straight from the mine? Do you want to contribute to that, knowing that you have people in those areas that's working in worse conditions than the miners here in the states?
Yes, and like me personally, I'm gonna go with a man-made diamond, and the reason why I came to this decision literally was because of a movie. It was because of that Adam Sandler movie. They did where he was the jeweler. Um, that came out recently. I was the opening scene takes place in I want to say it's Africa, and it shows them mining and they're all bloody and stuff. I think one of the guys die, and I was just like, I don't want to contribute to that. So like right after I said that and watched this movie, of course, it said lab made diamonds came up on Facebook because Facebook listened to our conversations.
Of
So,
course.
so think I just wanted to ask get a female perspective on that. You're welcome to hear the next question if you want.
I've been listening since I've been cooking, so
Oh,
go
okay.
right.
So Whitney Houston, greatest vocalist of all time.
She's up there. I wouldn't say the greatest, but she's up on, I would say, the top five.
So
In
me
my
and me and my brother had this conversation yesterday. I want to say it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. And he said she is hands down the greatest. And I was like, what about like Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, Anita Baker? And he was just like, no. He like shut it all down. And I was like, what about Mariah Carey? At least Mariah Carey's her greatest rival. And he was like, no, she number two. I was like,
Wow.
I was
Over
like,
Whitney Houston, though?
so like I know Whitney. Don't get me wrong. Whitney Houston is the greatest. Is a a great singer. But we still got Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight, who did a versus recently
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
and killed it. Like
Yes.
they were
Yes.
in their 70s killing it. Like I don't understand. Come on, man. And Patti LaBelle make the best goddamn sweet potato pie I ever had in my goddamn life. Other than my mama. Only other person that come close to my mama's sweet potato pie is Patti LaBelle. I just want to put that out there on the record because I know my mama watches the show. Um, but Aretha Franklin, she be speaking to my soul in her songs. Sometimes I can't listen to Aretha Franklin's music because she be making me cry, and I don't want to cry when I drive because I ugly when I cry and I can't see. So, um, yeah, I don't think Whitney Houston should be in the top five when it comes to female. Not anymore. And the reason why I say not anymore is not because she passed away. It's because you know new artists or new singers are discovered. And like I think Adele is amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
I think
Yes.
Adele's amazing. I think Estelle is amazing. I think
Mhm.
um uh, Beyonce. I think Kelly Rowland. Um, even her. I think hers is phenomenal.
Mhm.
Um, so like when you think artists, female artists, hitting different, vocal points, especially Beyonce. Beyonce music, they don't consider her. Some people don't consider her R&B or soul singer because a lot of her music is poppy. You
I
may
mean,
be
that's
right.
what sells her.
But that's what sells,
That's what sells for
Yeah,
her.
think about it. You an artist, but you also gotta make money. So your fan base. I had this conversation with my nephew. It's funny because he's a becoming artist,
Mm.
and me with a marketing background, he asked me for my advice. And he's an artist, so he wants to put out his type of music. He don't understand how how sometimes you have to step back and produce music that your fan base is going to buy. Because at the end of the day, it's not only about your art, but it's a business. If you want your fan base to listen to your music, you also gotta start. If you want them to acknowledge you, you also
Mm.
have to play some type of music that like it's pop. So yeah, Beyonce could be is an R&B singer to me, but I understand why she do the pop side because a lot of her fan base is that fan base is not used to R&B or prefer pop over R&B. So you have to make music not only that is speaking to you, but also speaking to everybody else
I
as
want.
well. I think I say credit for that.
I don't think she pop though. I don't consider her pop. I consider her more. I can see her not being soul music, but I wouldn't
Definitely
say
not
that
R and
she
B.
pop. Yeah, like R&B or more I guess funk, like more like a funk jazzy style. You know what I mean? Like cuz to me pop is different. Pop is like more like Rihanna style music. I'm not saying that Beyonce hasn't made pop music, but I wouldn't call her a pop artist. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it has to.
Yeah, like hell, like Michael Jackson has made music with guitar riffs, but he's not a rock and roll artist, But I just feel like Whitney Houston, but I gotta get Deuce on the show so we can so hopefully tomorrow, if you are available, we can have this conversation again, this
No problem.
debate. Um, I just feel like Whitney Houston is the reason why we got on this conversation was because there's a rumor going around that Cardi B is going to be they want to pick Cardi B to be in the Bodyguard movie. So I looked it up. It's Are you laughing?
Mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm just doing that. Mm.
So it is Shannon Tatum.
As what role?
As Whitney Houston Low, that's what he's trying to say.
As
I
what?
don't I don't know why he didn't put that in his head. Like who's she gonna
No,
play? Kevin Costner?
honestly, I was just kind of hoping that wasn't the case. Don't get me wrong. I love Cardi B. Look, I haven't seen the movie in a long time, so only two
Well,
people
first of all,
that
I told about it yesterday that they're gonna obviously it'll be a different movie. So like I read up on it. Originally they wanted Tessa Thompson and the dude play Thor. I always forget his name. I just said his name earlier too.
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Helmsworth, originally, and because after I
They
think
actually work well
I can
together.
see that. I can definitely see that.
They work very well together.
yeah, and she could sing. I think Tessa Thompson could sing. I think she could sing. Can she sing? I don't. No, I
You
don't know
know
if she can
who
sing.
can sing.
Who could sing? So
Hugh said what?
if not Janae Monae could sing for her, sing, and she doesn't have the words and stuff.
That's a boo.
Well, to be honest, I'd rather they keep it original and put a music, you know, artist there. Um, and of course, Cardi B is going to be doing more acting anyway, because that's just what her uh career is going to project to be. Like that's just how it's going to be. Like she's going to be more TV roles, and more movie roles. This is going to happen regardless. So if they were to make the movie, it would definitely not be her singing. It would be her rapping, so it'll be her and Shannon Tatum, but I'm gonna stick to my guns, and I want it to be Liam Neeson to be the other dude, because it has to be an older guy. And I said this yesterday. I want Liam Neeson and Cardi B to make a movie together. Why are you laughing so hard?
Because I'm thinking about the accents.
I know, right? I know, right? I'm telling you, if Liam Neeson and Cardi B do a movie together, it's literally gonna be number one in the box office. I guarantee it. Because people are gonna go see it just to hear them banter or argue with their accents. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be hilarious. But they picked Shannon. It's not official, but it is what it is. And also too, me and my brother talked about the whole Justin Timberlake thing. So I looked it up, and me and my girl were talking about it. So my brother said that Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson dated for a couple months, right before the Nipplegate, right?
Oh, really?
Like in and around Nipplegate. So here's the thing. I looked it up. It's not confirmed or denied that they didn't. So I don't think they dated. I think they boned a couple times. And that's old school words because we're all old right now. We're all not adults in here. So I think they boned once or twice. You young kids watching, you guys need to Google that word. And I think they boned a couple times. It wasn't official, and then they went their separate ways. Because right after, because she ended up marrying Jermaine Dupri, or got serious with Jermaine Dupri. Probably not married, but started dating Jermaine Dupri. So just saying, I did my research. ABC News came out the story back in 2006. They said a source saw them kissing at a party. It was a Missy Elliott party, and then Jermaine Dupri also saw them grinding on each other outside of a club. But there's no pictures. There's no Justin Timberlake or Janet Jackson has confirmed it. It's years ago, so they haven't denied it either. So I don't know. I think they did. So
Well, Justin liked them older anyway. I mean, he was a lot younger than Cameron Diaz when they was dating, so it's not far fetched. And come on, you have an opportunity to make out with Janet Jackson. Back in the day, this was any time and place style Janet Jackson. Would you jump on that?
Yeah, on the top.
Me personally?
Yeah, see, I know he would. But...
See, my thing is, and I think Janet Jackson is a beautiful woman. Don't get me wrong, but in my head, I fell in love with Janet Jackson from Pleasure Principles. So she doesn't look like Janet Jackson from Pleasant Principles, so now I don't see her like that anymore. I just, I see her as where she is now, Janet Jackson, the musical icon. So I don't see her that way. But if I had a time machine and I went back to 1988, 87, and so Pleasure Principles, Janet Jackson, oh yeah, there'd be a whole bunch of little wolves running around. So yeah, that is it for the show today. A little quick show. Guys in the South, please be safe out there.
Yes.
And keep warm. You got another whole month to go. Please make sure you guys are, bundling up. Is it snowing by y'all?
No, we got rain right now.
It's supposed to snow. It snowed a little bit over here. It didn't stick, and then it got big flakes. That didn't stick, and then it was gone. So, guys, check us out on YouTube. Hit us up. Hit me up. Write comments. Let me know what you think of the show. Hit that like, subscribe, share. Send it to, you know, your bosses at work in a chain email. Do all that stuff. Do all that stuff. Always remember, keep betting on the Wolves.